that would be more than a 5x. So, all right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. We're here to talk about all things investing, and we're going to try to make some money along the way. We talk about a few different things. We spend a lot of time on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. We also spend a lot of time on small cap, high growth stocks, and we look at the EV sector. If you're interested in any of these, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, please smash the like button. And with that said, let's get going. Today's company that we are going to look at is Palantir, stock ticker PLTR. Today's video will be a swing trade, and in particular, I'm going to look at an option that I bought, and I'll let you guys know what I did. Right now, they're down about 3% of the day. They're trading at $22.72. This is a $45 billion market cap company. This is not a small cap, although it is a high growth. This is also an extremely popular and heavily traded stock. So by the time we're done, you're going to see what my line of reasoning is and why I have purchased a certain option. Just a tiny background. This is not a due diligence video, so I don't want to get too caught up into this. But this is a software as a service company. In their own words, we build software that empowers organizations to effectively integrate their data, decisions, and operations. They have 3 different platforms that they function on. They have a lot of government contracts, and I will tell you why. This is probably the most important thing that they talk about right here. This is military-grade security and data privacy. So they have a lot of government contracts, military contracts. That's the future of this company. In fact, the CEO of this company went so far as to say the safety of the world is dependent on their software. Now, I'm not willing to go that far, but good for him. He's behind his product. So again, quickly, a couple of little facts about this company, and then we'll get to the trade that I'm looking at. So they're trading at 29, almost 30 times sales. So that's a little bit high, but again, in the software as a service, profit margins are extremely high. So this price to sales ratio is high. We hope that it would come down over time, but what we would be more worried about is what's their PE ratio. They have a forward PE ratio of 114. That is very high. However, this is an early stage company still, and they are a high growth company. So the fact that they have earnings at all puts them ahead of the vast majority of companies in their similar situation. So I don't want to punish them for a high PE. All that means is that they've quickly gotten to a level of earnings. They're not earning much yet, but they've proven they can earn money. I think they can shape that PE up quite a bit over the next few years. So again, this is not a due diligence deep dive. I'm just trying to give you a little background and perspective as to why I made the trade that I made. This is the Palantir chart on the 1-day candles. So this goes back to March 12th, and that's really the time frame that I'm looking at as far as the pattern that I see happening for a swing trade. And in this particular instance, I'm playing this swing trade. I'm playing it as an option. You don't have to. You guys, again, this is not financial advice. All I'm saying is put this on your watch list. You can decide whether this is a buy and hold for you, or you want to swing trade the stock or participate in an option. So this is what I'm seeing. I've got a green line here at around $27.50. So you'll see since March, we did break out of the bottom of this level of support one time. That's a $20-ish level of support, but we came straight back up to the green line over $27, went back down, hit the line of support, went straight back up to the green line, actually went past it a little bit this time, pulled back, hit the green line again, and now we've had a dramatic pullback here in the short term. This has been a long time now, dating back to the beginning of March. This has been a very reliable range that this has been trading in. With a 20 at the low, it did dip below that one time, and I don't think we're going to be testing 20 anymore on this stock. You can see since August, we've really been more at around $22 or higher. So, but we do keep hitting, we keep hitting this $27 line multiple times. So to me, that is a reliable swing trade. So again, a swing trade is more of a technical analysis of a chart. It's not necessarily based on the fundamentals of the company. I do like the fundamentals of this company. It's a little bit more aggressive than the typical thing that I invest in, but seeing this very clear pattern work out the way it's been working, it gives me confidence. That is basically my theory, is that we have visited once, twice, 3 times, 4 times this $27 line, and it doesn't tend to take too long. September, June. So it typically takes about 1 to 3 months for it to revisit its high up here. Now, prior to that, I have a line at $33. So it did reach that for the first time back in November of 2020. It actually got past that quite a bit at its peak in early February, when all of these high growth stocks were on fire and pretty much all of them were setting their recent high or all-time high. So it's pulled back off of that. I didn't even make a line up there. But I will say this $33 line is in play. I do see them potentially running back to that. That's not the play I'm making, but I do see the potential for them to get back to $33. So let's take a look at what I'm doing. So this is a call option. This is the January 2022 Palantir call option with a $27 strike point. So if you look at this, it's currently trading at 68 cents. If I just go to the 6-month chart right here, just a few days ago, this was trading at $2.55. That was November 8th. That was 1 week ago. So if this were to find its way back to where it was just 1 week ago, that would be more than a triple on this investment. So this is what I like to look for in an options trade from a risk-reward standpoint. The downside for me is low because this option is currently at its all-time low. Palantir is at the bottom of its current trading range. So I don't see any catalyst out there that's going to drive this down dramatically. Now, we can't be sure that it's going to run back up to $27, but if history is an indicator, that seems to be what this stock does. I will also tell you there's only about 60 days left on this particular option. To me, that is a short-term option. That's about as short as I get. I prefer 90 days or 120 days, and I also use a lot of leap options. But in this instance, this one seemed to have such a potential upside that for me, I'm willing to take the risk reward. But understand, the shorter term the option, the more risk there is involved in it. But again, all I'm looking for is if this can get back to where it was in late September, that would be more than a 5x. So you're leaving yourself the opportunity to 2 or 3x is quite realistic on this, with a potential maybe even 5x on this. So that is a lot of upside. So to me, the upside reward is a lot more than the downside risk. But again, when trading options, only trade an amount that you are willing to lose, because there is always a reasonable chance that the trade is not going to play out the way that you thought, and then your option ultimately will be worth 0. Now, you can also put a stop loss on your option and decide, I'm willing to lose 50% and no more, and get out at that point as well. So that's another way to play these. I just try to keep my eye on them and see what's happening and see if anything fundamental has changed in my theory or my reason for why I made this purchase. So again, this is trading at 68 cents. I think this has a very strong possibility of a double or a triple. It has an outside possibility of doing even better than that. And of course, as always with options, they are high risk, so it could also go to 0. So this is what I'm doing. This is not financial advice. You guys don't have to pick this exact option. I wanted to show you what's going on with Palantir, what its trading range is, and there's several different ways that you can decide to play this. So I think it's worth having on your watch list. If this option is too short term, you can pick a longer term option, or you can buy the stock, or if you're just not comfortable with this company, obviously you can pass altogether. But I saw an opportunity jump out at me that I wanted to share. So those are my thoughts on Palantir. That is the play that I made on this. So thank you so much for watching. Good luck investing, and I will see you in the next video.